So the Rows go down to the Lunar Owls in a very chippy, very competitive, tensions are high, trash talk.
This was supposed to be just another matchup, another night of competition at the highest level, but what happened on that court shocked everyone watching. Just minutes ago, Angel Reese experienced a moment that no athlete ever wants to face, and it all unfolded live, in real time, with nowhere to hide. What started as confidence and intensity quickly turned into visible frustration as Napheesa Collier took complete control of the game and exposed every weakness, possession by possession. And by the end, the look on Angel Reese's face told a story words couldn't. From the opening minutes, something felt off. Angel came in fired up, aggressive, ready to prove a point, but Collier answered immediately. Every move Angel tried to make was read, countered, and shut down. Defensive pressure turned into offensive dominance, and before fans could even process what was happening, the momentum had completely flipped. Napheesa wasn't just outplaying her, she was mentally breaking her down in front of the cameras. As the game went on, the frustration became impossible to ignore. Missed shots, forced plays, body language shifting with every possession. Angel Reese, known for her confidence and emotional fire, started showing cracks. The broadcast caught it all, the slumped shoulders.
So Angel Reese goes and runs into foul. How that's not a foul is beyond.
The stare at the floor, the moment she stopped clapping and started retreating inward. This wasn't just a bad game. This was a public unraveling. What made it even worse was the timing. With the spotlight already heavy on Angel, this matchup was supposed to be a statement. Instead, Napheesa Collier turned it into a masterclass. Calm, composed, ruthless. Every bucket felt like a message, every stop felt final. Fans watching live couldn't believe how fast things escalated, and social media exploded as clips spread within minutes. But here's where it gets deeper. This wasn't just about basketball. This moment hit at confidence, pressure, expectations, and the weight of being constantly watched. Angel Reese didn't just lose a matchup, she lost control of the moment. And when the cameras zoomed in during that final stretch, it became painfully clear that this was affecting her on a personal level. Tonight, we're breaking down exactly how this happened, what went wrong play by play, and why this moment could change everything for Angel Reese moving forward. Because when a star is shaken this badly, live, in front of the world, it's never just one game. From the very first possession, the energy told a different story than anyone expected. Angel Reese stepped onto the floor with her usual intensity, jaw set, body language loud with confidence. She called for the ball early, demanded contact, tried to establish dominance the way she always had. But Napheesa Collier didn't react emotionally. She didn't rush. She didn't overcommit. Instead, she read everything calmly.
The Rows unfortunately lost to the Lunar Owls. Unfortunately, not for me. It's hootie hoo all day over here, baby. Hootie who are you? Go back and do what you do. Whatever.
Like she had already seen the script before the game even started. The first defensive stop set the tone. Angel tried to power through, expecting the whistle or the bucket, but Collier stayed grounded, absorbed the contact, and forced a tough miss. No celebration, no trash talk, just a quiet reset and a sprint back down the court. On the very next play, Collier answered with a smooth finish, effortless and controlled, the kind of basket that drains momentum without looking dramatic. It was subtle, but it landed. As the minutes passed, the gap between intention and execution grew wider. Angel stayed aggressive, but her shot started coming just a split second too late. Her moves felt rushed. Collier anticipated everything, cutting off angles, forcing help, turning Angel's strength into predictability. Each possession became a small battle, and slowly, those battles began adding up in one direction only. The cameras started to linger. Broadcasters noticed the shift before the box score reflected it. Angel's body language changed possession by possession. Hands on hips, a glance at the bench, a frustrated exhale after a no call. Meanwhile, Collier remained composed, communicating calmly with teammates, pointing out rotations, controlling the pace of the game without ever raising her voice. It wasn't flashy dominance, it was suffocating. Midway through the quarter, Angel tried to respond with emotion. A hard drive, a forceful rebound attempt, a physical play meant to send a message. But instead of swinging momentum, it seemed to drain her further. Collier met force with balance, never giving ground, never giving an opening. The crowd could feel it. This wasn't a back and forth anymore. It was a test of patience versus frustration. Missed opportunities piled up. A putback that rolled off the rim. A rush jumper early in the shot clock. A defensive lapse that led to another Collier bucket on the other end. Each moment chipped away at Angel's rhythm. And with every miss, the pressure grew heavier. You could see it in her eyes. She wasn't just playing the opponent anymore, she was fighting the moment itself. By the time the timeout came, Angel walked to the bench.
Reese has definitely glowed up. Ever since Lisa Leslie has said, you know what, I'm going to work with you on your layups, I have been noticing in every game they have gotten more purposeful, less kind of like toss up and
without making eye contact. No clapping, no talking, just staring at the floor, towel over her shoulders. The camera caught it, and social media caught it even faster. Clips were already spreading, slowed down, zoomed in, dissected. But in real time, it felt quieter than that. It felt heavy. When play resumed, the pattern didn't change. Collier continued to dictate. She scored when needed, facilitated when defenders collapsed, and stayed locked in defensively. Angel tried to reset, tried to shake it off, but confidence is fragile when momentum turns. Every mistake felt louder. Every success from the other side felt personal. Late in the half, the broadcast caught a close-up that said everything. Angel standing near the free throw line, hands on her knees, breathing hard, not from exhaustion, but from pressure. The kind that builds when expectations collide with reality. She looked up at the scoreboard, then quickly looked away. It wasn't anger. It wasn't defeat. It was disbelief. This wasn't the kind of game that unravels all at once. It happened slowly, possession by possession, decision by decision. And the most painful part wasn't the score, it was the contrast. One player calm, controlled, completely within herself. The other searching, forcing, trying to reclaim something slipping away in real time. By the end of that stretch, it was clear this wasn't just about skill. It was about composure under the brightest lights. About how quickly momentum can turn when frustration creeps in. And as the cameras continued to follow Angel Reese, one thing became undeniable. This game was testing her in ways no stat sheet could capture. Angel's frustration began to show in smaller ways. A delayed rotation. A reach instead of staying grounded. A brief argument with the official after a no call that went unanswered. None of it stopped the flow of the game, but it chipped away at her focus. The broadcast microphones picked up the squeak of sneakers, the echo of the whistle, and the sound of Collier calmly calling out the next play. That contrast grew harder to ignore. The crowd reacted before Angel did. A collective murmur followed each missed opportunity. Not boos, expectation. The weight of being watched by thousands in the arena and millions at home pressed in with every possession. Angel tried to respond with intensity, throwing her body into the paint, fighting for rebounds through contact. But even those moments ended without the payoff she needed. The ball bounced the wrong way. A tip-out landed in the opponent's hands. Momentum refused to shift. Collier sensed it. Veterans always do. She began to slow the game down, forcing Angel to guard longer, to stay disciplined for entire possessions. Every second that passed without success added to the pressure. When Collier scored again on a controlled post move, the camera immediately cut to Angel's reaction. She exhaled sharply, shook her head, and stared at the floor for a split second too long. Then came the sequence that changed the tone completely. Angel forced a drive into traffic, lost control, and the ball went the other way. Collier finished on the break with ease. No celebration, no emotion, just execution. The scoreboard reflected what everyone already felt. The gap was growing, and the window for a turnaround was closing fast. Angel walked to the free throw line moments later, shoulders tense, eyes fixed straight ahead. She took the ball, dribbled, paused longer than usual, and released. The miss echoed louder than the crowd. The second attempt followed the same pattern. Another miss. The arena fell quiet in that uncomfortable way that only happens when everyone senses a moment slipping away. On the bench during the next timeout, Angel sat apart from the huddle, towel pulled up, staring straight ahead. The camera lingered again, and this time there was no hiding it. The confidence that once defined her presence was replaced by something more fragile: uncertainty. Not panic, not defeat, just the realization that nothing was working. Meanwhile, Collier remained locked in, listening, nodding, absorbing instruction, then returning to the floor to execute exactly as planned. Every movement looked intentional. Every decision looked calm. The contrast was stark and unavoidable. As the quarter wound down, Angel continued to fight, but it felt like she was chasing the game instead of playing it. Each possession carried more weight than the last. The pressure wasn't just about winning anymore, it was about holding herself together under the spotlight. And with every camera cut, every replay, every silent reaction shot, it became clear that this wasn't just another tough night. This was a moment being watched, recorded, and remembered. And as the clock kept moving, Angel Reese was learning in real time how unforgiving the spotlight can be when momentum, expectation, and emotion collide all at once. Angel's confidence was cracking in real time. Every move she made, every step she took, seemed to be anticipated, countered, or shut down before it even happened. She attacked the basket aggressively, trying to force her will into the game, but Napheesa Collier met her head-on every time, reading her intentions like an open book. What should have been natural, fluid plays now felt forced, and the frustration began to creep into her body language. Her shoulders tensed, her jaw tightened. And for a fleeting moment, the usually unstoppable energy that defined her seemed almost human. Each possession carried weight. Angel attempted to reset, to regain control with calculated passes and quick drives, but nothing seemed to stick. Collier's defensive positioning was flawless, intercepting passes, closing gaps, and staying perfectly composed. There was no flash, no theatrics, just pure, unyielding control. Every time Angel made a move, the response was precise and immediate, chipping away at her momentum, and each success by Collier felt like a small, silent blow. The crowd could feel it too. There was a tension in the air that went beyond the scoreboard. Missed shots echoed louder than usual. A tip-out that didn't fall in her favor drew audible gasps. Angel tried to mask it with determination, forcing aggressive plays, but the more she pushed, the more evident it became that the game was slipping through her fingers. Every misstep compounded the pressure, every forced shot a reminder that Collier wasn't just competing, she was controlling the pace, the narrative, and the energy of the court. Angel's frustration became visible in subtle ways: a sigh, a shake of the head, a pause before taking a free throw. The broadcast cameras caught it, and social media caught it even faster. Clips spread immediately, slowing down moments, zooming in on her expressions, analyzing every detail. It wasn't just a bad sequence, it was a moment of vulnerability, raw and unfiltered, unfolding live for the world to see. Meanwhile, Collier remained calm, almost serene. She didn't need to overreact or show emotion. Her composure amplified Angel's growing tension. Every basket, every defensive stop, every quiet command to her teammates reinforced her control. She didn't dominate with force, she dominated with precision, timing, and unwavering focus. Watching her, fans realized this wasn't just a contest of athleticism, it was a battle of poise under pressure, and Collier was winning decisively. Angel fought to regain footing, chasing every rebound, contesting every shot, but the effort felt heavier with each passing possession. The momentum she usually commanded had shifted, and she was struggling to reclaim it. The pressure wasn't just the game, it was the spotlight, the fans, the broadcast, the expectation. Every glance from the crowd, every replay, every commentary snippet seemed to magnify it. By the end, it was clear to everyone watching that something had changed. Angel's confidence, normally unshakable, had been tested in front of the world, exposing cracks that rarely appear in public. Collier had executed flawlessly, controlling the pace, the energy, and the psychological rhythm of the game. And Angel, despite her talent and fire, was left grappling not just with the score, but with the weight of a moment that had already become unforgettable. The intensity didn't fade. Every possession became a test of focus, endurance, and composure. Angel Reese tried to reset, taking deep breaths, shaking off missed opportunities, and telling herself to stay aggressive, stay in control. But the pressure had seeped in, heavier than usual. Napheesa Collier didn't give her a chance to breathe. Every time Angel moved, Collier anticipated, positioned herself perfectly, and turned potential advantage into neutral or she simply let Angel's aggression work against her, reading the angles, controlling space, and turning Angel's intensity into momentum for her team. Each successful play by Collier added another layer of pressure on Angel, reinforcing the sense that no matter how hard she tried, the rhythm of the game had slipped away. The arena seemed to feel the tension as much as Angel did. Every missed shot echoed louder than usual. Every forced pass drew collective gasps. Fans watching live could sense that this was more than just a matchup, it was a psychological battle playing out in real time. Angel's attempts to regain control, to make plays she knew she could execute on a normal night, were met with precision and composure. It wasn't luck or fluke, it was dominance delivered quietly, calculated, and unrelenting. Angel's frustration began showing in small, unmistakable ways. She muttered under her breath after a missed shot, slammed a hand against her thigh, and glanced repeatedly at the bench as if seeking answers that weren't coming. The cameras captured every nuance, and viewers at home could read her body language as clearly as if she was speaking. This wasn't anger or defeat. It was the weight of expectation colliding with the reality of being counted at every turn, live, with no pause button. Meanwhile, Collier's calm was a contrast that amplified Angel's tension. She didn't celebrate excessively or gesture, she simply executed with quiet mastery. Every basket, every defensive stop, every subtle command to teammates reinforced her control. Fans watching realized the battle was no longer just about athletic ability, it was a fight of mental fortitude, patience, and the ability to stay composed under pressure. Collier's poise made Angel's growing agitation even more visible, and every spectator could feel the shift in momentum. Angel fought to recover, chasing every rebound, contesting every shot, sprinting to cover defensive gaps, but with each effort, the gap seemed to widen. She was competing against Collier, but also against the mounting pressure, the eyes of the audience, the replay clips spreading on social media. Every misstep, every forced shot, and every turnover became amplified, as though the entire arena were holding its breath, waiting to see how she would respond. Even as the scoreboard reflected the dominance, it was clear the real battle was psychological. Angel's fire was still there, but now it was tempered with tension, hesitation, and awareness of the spotlight. Collier had done more than control the game. She had quietly, methodically, and flawlessly dictated the rhythm, testing Angel's composure in ways that couldn't be measured in points or stats. By the time the crowd began to react audibly to a contested possession, it was evident. Angel Reese was not just being outplayed physically, she was being challenged mentally, emotionally, and in front of the entire world. By the closing moments, the tension had reached its peak. Angel Reese's body language revealed everything she wasn't saying aloud. Her movements, once fluid and confident, were now tense, forced, and hesitant. Every shot attempt carried the weight of expectation and the fear of failure, and the pressure of being watched live made each misstep feel magnified. Collier's presence on the floor only intensified it, calm, precise, and unshakable. She didn't need to taunt or show dominance. Her composure was enough to make Angel's frustration visible to everyone watching. Angel tried one last push, driving hard toward the basket, willing herself to reclaim control. The arena held its collective breath as she maneuvered past defenders, leapt, and released, but the ball rolled off the rim. Collier swooped in for the rebound effortlessly, and a fast break ensued, leading to another clean score. The contrast couldn't have been clearer. One athlete fighting to keep control slipping through her fingers, the other executing with quiet mastery. As Angel returned to her side of the court, she paused briefly, hands on her knees, taking in a deep, shaky breath. Sweat glistened on her face, her eyes flickered toward the bench, and for a moment, the mask of confidence she wore so often seemed to slip. It wasn't dramatic screaming or theatrics, it was something far more raw: disappointment, frustration, and the acute awareness that she had been outmaneuvered in real time, live in front of an entire audience. Every fan in the arena, every viewer at home, saw it. Every clip circulating online only reinforced the impact. Collier continued her performance with the same steady composure, reinforcing the psychological dominance she had held all game. She moved fluidly, making smart passes, executing plays perfectly, and maintaining a calm presence that only amplified Angel's visible struggle. The game had become a story told through body language, energy, and by the final moments, the combination of fatigue, tension, and relentless competition culminated in a visible release of emotion. Angel exhaled sharply, shoulders sagging slightly, eyes downcast for a brief instant before forcing a composed exterior. There was no yelling, no dramatic collapse, just the unmistakable signs of a competitor pushed to her limits, tested beyond physical ability, forced to confront both mental and emotional strain in a public arena. Collier had done more than win a matchup. She had challenged every layer of Angel's composure, demonstrating that dominance isn't just about points, it's about controlling the moment and exploiting pressure with grace. As the final buzzer sounded, the crowd erupted for the performance, but the story was clear. Angel Reese had been tested, pushed, and visibly shaken, while Napheesa Collier had executed flawlessly, controlling the flow of the game, dictating momentum, and revealing the quiet power of precision and poise under pressure. The moment wasn't just a result on the scoreboard. It was an unforgettable display of mental fortitude, psychological warfare, and raw emotion, broadcast live for the world to witness. Even after leaving the court, Angel carried the weight of that game. The clips would circulate. Social media would dissect her every expression. But what remained beneath it all was undeniable. In that intense, live confrontation, the lines between skill, strategy, and human emotion had blurred, creating a moment that would not be forgotten by anyone who saw it. Moments like this remind us that sports aren't just about points, stats, or highlights. They are about pressure, mental toughness, and the raw emotion that plays out live for the world to see. Angel Reese faced one of the toughest tests of her career today, and Napheesa Collier showed just how powerful focus, poise, and precision can be under the brightest lights. If this breakdown shocked you, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-time reactions and behind-the-scenes insights from the biggest moments in basketball. Turn on notifications so you never miss a clip that the world is talking about before it disappears. Drop a comment below and tell us what part of Angel Reese's reaction hit you the most. Share this video with your friends because some moments aren't just watched, they are felt.